Hey, what's going on guys? Alan F. Ready here from Blend Logic. I wanted to make this video to show you guys how you could get started using OBS and how to record your screen or your content. The next parts of this video will also be on how to stream and eventually how to multi-stream. But this will serve as the basics of how to get started with OBS. So one of the things I want to talk about is the scene collection. So this is where the hierarchy of the scenes go from scene collection to scenes to the sources in the scenes. So you can see here I have 5 right now, and I made a test so I could kind of demonstrate to you guys how it works with OBS. So essentially it is a collection of scenes, and this particular scene I made has a window capture of myself talking, so I can basically showcase to you guys how it is working. So let me go here to monitor solo, and so now you can see that this is my one display capture that I'm using to record content. And if I go here, you can see this is where you add your sources. So what this one is display capture, and you can literally choose. I have multi-display setup. So this is how you'll be capturing the content of your screen. And what you want to do is you want to choose so what you want to do is you want to choose display capture if you're on Mac OS, because on Mac, when you use window capture, you get poor performance. So one of the things that helps is to do display capture. And so here you can choose display capture. If I made a scene that is full screen monitor, you can call it whatever you want. I just like calling stuff that is helpful for me to remember what are the sources inside. So display capture would showcase my entire screen right here, and inside I have OBS recording. And now if you wanted to do a picture in picture, you could add a new scene and you would add the display capture, and then you would also add your video recording device. So for purposes of this video, what I've done is I have multiple versions of OBS running, and you can actually create a windowed projector, which is right here. And so I actually window capture the projector, which is actually a scene that is just my camera. It's kind of confusing, but for those of you just starting out, you might want to just do, depending on what device you have to capture, Blackmagic device, and you would choose that. And I have a Intensity Pro 4K, and my device would show there. But for this video, I will show you guys what I use for OBS. So you can see here that OBS is myself talking, and then you simply drag and drop here to put where you want to put it on the screen. And if drag and drop isn't working, it could be because lock preview is on. So you want to turn that off. Let me make this full screen, and you can drag this content anywhere. Okay, so that is the basics of how OBS works. It's scenes and sources, and then you also have scene collections. So let me turn off this preview, it's kind of confusing. So another thing that you want to do is when you start recording your content, you want to make sure that your audio and your video are set up properly. So what I do is I keep things simple, and I put about 5,000 bitrate, and different people have different devices. So I'd recommend starting at 2500 and then going up from there and starting the recording and seeing how that works out for you guys, and then slowly going up until you see what your system can handle. So I currently set mine at 5,000, and then I have it set to high quality and medium file size. The next part is checking your audio devices. So currently on this one, I have nothing, but you can set whatever you want. And let me see if I could bring in the content. So where's my mouse? So if I drag this over, you can see here, if I move myself, this is what's actually recording. You want to make sure that your microphone is picking up and this stuff is moving, because otherwise you're not going to have video, or you're not going to have video audio synced. So make sure you have that set up. That's an important part. Otherwise you may go into a content recording and there will be no audio. So I always recommend double checking that, setting up your microphones and your desktop to work correctly. And then another thing that I do is I like outputting in 1080p. So my monitor size is 1440, but I actually downsize it to 1080. Depending on where you're at, I recommend trying to shoot for or record in 1080, and I also record in 60 FPS. And lastly, one of the things that may help you guys in setting up OBS is getting used to the hotkeys. So simply what it does is you could switch to various scenes with a simple hotkey. So if I wanted to go to full screen monitor and I wanted to make that specific hotkey, I could choose whichever one I want, and you simply just use the mouse or you use your keyboard to get that into the and it would switch devices. So that is in essence of how to start recording on OBS. They tell you the controls here, and you hit record, start recording, and make sure that it is outputting correctly, or otherwise you may find that you go into your content and you didn't set up the right folder, or you didn't set up the right output, and you get some various issues. But you can set the recording path here. And depending on the system you have, you may need to play with the record and quality settings. But I have found from my results that work for my system 5,000 and high quality medium file size. So in essence, remember that scenes are just various collections of what you want to record. You can either do, the best things for starting out is display capture or window capture. So if you're trying to just record a specific window such as Chrome or Skype, that is something you could use. And then you also want to record your video content, and I have a Blackmagic device. Sometimes it may also work as a video capture device to get your actual camera set up. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'd love to answer. Just leave comments below. Subscribe if you want more information on how you can start implementing screen recordings with picture-in-picture. There's various ways you can do it. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.